Here's an important question for you. What are you going to do now differently to take your business to the next level, to experience more success, more achievement, and more greatness? If you have a great answer, then stop watching this and move on to another video. But if you don't have a great answer, I would like to offer you a few thoughts to inspire you to start thinking differently when it comes to marketing, strategy, and innovation. If your business is struggling, take a deep breath. Pull yourself together and get ready to fight. Not a fight against the competition, the financial situation, or the apathy of your prospects. Instead, it's a fight against your own mediocrity and me too attitude by making yourself and your business unique, desirable, and valuable. Far more valuable than your competition can ever be. How? Well, I have a whole business curriculum to share with you on my website, nisandeh.com. But here are a few ideas to get you started. First, in everything you do, be a leader. The world doesn't need another Me Too business or product. 2, demonstrate to your clients and prospects that you feel their pain or hopes or dreams or fears or needs. 3, give your clients and prospects ideas, advice, and information that is really valuable to them. 4, make your market, your client, your prospect the center of your attention. It's not about you, it's all about them. 5, show your clients and prospects that they matter, their lives, their interest, and their situation truly matters to you and your business. Now, this may sound strange, but most experts, freelancers, and small business owners are completely in love with their product, service, or company. I want to suggest a totally different attitude that actually combines all the 5 points that I shared before into one powerful mindset, attitude, and practical strategy. I'm going to share with you this lesson in a 12-minute video that was recorded live in front of an exclusive group of advanced students. Each paid €1,000 to learn this lesson and many others. In this video, I will share with you how to change your focus towards the one thing that really matters when it comes to your clients and prospects. But just before we continue, please take a moment to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. This way I will be able to deliver you every week even more valuable lessons that are taken during my life events. See you in a moment. You need to fall in love with your client. I mentioned something about it before. Most entrepreneurs fall in love with either their product or service, or they fall in love with their business. And most of you are like that. And what I want you is to fall in love with your client. Because, and I mean it like you fall in love with a person in an intimate relationship. The only thing I'm not asking you is to have sex with them. But everything else is exactly the same. How many of you ever fell in love? And I know that it sounds totally not related to business, and it is. Okay, so most of you fell in love. Okay, remember the relationship in the beginning when you just fell in love and you just met with that person, man, a woman, horse, whatever it was, and you were sitting with them for this first dinner or first lunch or whatever it is, and you were sitting there. The only thing you wanted to do in that time was to ask them questions and to learn more about them. Isn't it? You wanted to know more about them. This is part of falling in love. It changes later, and later you don't want to hear anybody about them. You've already heard that for 100 times. But in the beginning, in the stage of falling in love, we want to do anything, to hear anything about them, and we want to listen, and we want to be with them, and we want to care for them, and we put our ego on what Robert Berinha usually says, in the kulkast, in the fridge, and we're more putting ourselves more in service for that person. I mean, things that you do for somebody when you fall in love, then later you get married with them, you will never do that for them, right? I mean, I used to make, when I fall in love and somebody that I fell in love with would get sick, I would actually make them a soup so they could feel better. That's what my mama told me. Verd will work really hard. It needs to be really, really sick in order for me to consider. You understand? You know what I'm talking, right? When you fall in love, you're willing to do these things because you want to get closer to that person. And that's behavior I'm asking you to have to your client. This curiosity, this wanting to hear, this wanting to care for them. And it's not always easy, and it's not always possible, and not always they are reciprocating it. And that's okay. But this wanting is important. And most entrepreneurs don't do that. No company is doing it because the bank cannot fall in love. Is that making sense? Now you know those people that when they have that, you know that.
Okay, you feel that when when you get a service from somebody, that just feel, it's not falling in love in a sense of an intimate relationship, but that there is this care and people really want you to be successful or happy or whatever it is. You know that. And I'm sure that you know that when you do that with a client. I'm just asking you to do that with as many of them as possible. I'm going to give you a little bit of practicalities, but how to do that, how I do that, or how I see that. But just understand that it's not a standard. It's not even close to a standard. Most entrepreneurs, most business owners don't even like their clients. What to do? They don't. They love the product. They love to do that, but they don't like their clients. Let's be honest for a moment with yourself. How many of you have at least one or two, either now or in the past, clients that you still accepted them as client, you still worked with them, you still took their money, you still gave them the service to the best of your ability, but you actually didn't really like them? Anybody had that? That's exactly the opposite of what I mean. Okay? And that's why in open circles, we insist of working with ideal clients. And we insist to put these thresholds for people to really want to work with us, because then I'm working with ideal clients. It's so much easier. In the business bootcamp, it's hard. There's 1,000 people, 1,500 people for 2 days. There is very hard. Although I must tell you, how many of you have been in a team in the business bootcamp? This is really amazing. How many of you here in the room? I know that the team was there. How many of you have been in the team? How does it feel when people shift? Because we all see that as a team you can say it. As a participant, you have no clue. But as a team, you always see that at the beginning they're coming suspicious and closed and hard and everything. And there is a point for everyone in the training. If they stay for the 2 days, there's a point where they flip. And their heart is open, their eyes are open, and they are totally in love. And for the team, it happens a lot earlier. How many of you of the team remember the moment? Well, maybe not the moment, but you remember that it happened. That one point your heart was open and you just love those people. I just love those people. I don't know them. I don't know them by name or whatever it is, but I just see them and I'm in love. Anybody it happened to you? So there's no difference between the team members and me or the business owner. If you allow yourself to open up, those are beautiful people. Just make sure that you get the beautiful people and not the assholes. Now, nobody's an asshole because they were born this way or because they are like that. It's just that they're not fitting for you. Ideal clients are ideal clients for you, and you're usually the ideal provider for them. Work with those. We are really, really working hard for that. And the more you go in and advance in our trainings, the groups become smaller and the clients become more and more ideal. When we lived in Holland for the last 20 years, all our friends, except 2, but all of our good friends were first students of us. Because we didn't have any chance to meet other people. We were working all the time. So our clients became our best friends. And it still happens to me. I still fall in love with somebody that got closer enough, and suddenly we become friends. It just happens, and you want that. People in Holland don't understand it. I wrote an article once saying about becoming friends with your clients, and people told me that's exactly the opposite of what we're being taught. We're taught that it's not professional. You don't want to be professional in that respect. Of course you want to be professional, but you don't want to be reserved and distant and whatever it is. Let everybody else do that, and you have this huge advantage of having the friendly lawyer or the lovable accountant, whatever it is. The right people will flock to you, and they will stay with you forever, and they will refer to you the right people. I'm trying to show you how you become the only viable solution for your market, and this is a wonderful way to do that. When you're not professional in that level, but you're becoming friends, you are opening your hearts, you allow yourself to feel. And it's not always easy. And you know what? You will get hurt. You will. We did. Okay? More than getting hurt. More. It happens, like in any relationship. Did it ever happen to you that you had a great relationship, you fell in love, you were together, and at one point it was over? And suddenly there was nastiness and pain and hurts? It's the same. It's the same, and I still, there are people that were not just our clients, but also friends, and then something changed in them or in us, and either they left or they became negative. We lost almost everyone on our mailing list. We had a 1,600 people mailing list. It wasn't big, but compared to what we have today, but it was very big at that time. And we lost about 1,400 of them the moment that we moved to give business trainings. People saw that we sold our soul to the devil. You were in that time, and we didn't see you for years. I'm not saying that because of that, but there are people that today start coming back, but people just stopped, and they started to to spread negativity about us. Why? Because right now we're talking about money, and before that it was all spirituality and personal development and tantra and relationship and empowerment and everything, and money is dirty, and it happens and it will happen. That's okay. So today we have more people, other people, nicer people. No, I don't know. That's why I'm insisting of choosing who I work with. So when we go to a group that I'm going to work with people over a year with 12 people, I'm insisting to choose those 12 people personally. Okay, I'm not leaving it to chance. And those people that came for the 10X, I look them in the eyes and tell them, listen, you have half an hour now to convince me that you're the right person for me and for the rest of the group. And if it won't, it's not because you're the wrong person, it's just because it doesn't fit. And for the first group, from 85, we chose 12. All the rest, we told them no. We told them no. 25,000 euro per person, we told them no. Because they didn't fit something. It's not the same story as Aryan, that he didn't have the power to make decision. That was the reason why I did with him, because I would... No, but I want to say to you, already there, I would have loved to have you, because you had the right energy, but you didn't have the right mandate, at that time. Yeah? Okay. I don't remember. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is that's why I'm insisting of doing that. And every time that we're doing a training that goes for long, we're insisting on choosing the people, because those are the people I would like to work with. And that's something for you to consider. Most people are afraid, I won't have enough clients. Yes, you would. Here's another way in order for you to fall in love with your clients, for example. Most people are thinking, what do I have to say in order to convince people to buy my product? In their mind, I'm not saying that they say it aloud, but in your mind, many times you say, what do I have to do, or what do I have to say in order to get people to buy from me? That's how we do. But that's not how I want you to do if you want to become the only viable solution. What I want you to say is, what do I have to give? The word is give. What do I have to give? What benefits can I offer? Because the focus is on them and not on you. That's what falling in love means. For this brief moment of sometimes a month or 2 months or 3 months or a week that you fell in love with somebody, you were thinking, how can I make the other person happy? And you were very creative in finding ways to make the other person happy. 5 years later, you didn't take the garbage out. It's pretty much. And I think that some of you heard. For me, it's important. The relationship with Vered is the most important thing I have in my life today. And we're 22 years together, and the relationship is way better than it was at the beginning. And part of it is because I'm not willing to take it for granted. And Vered in her own way, but I cannot share for her. But some of you heard about it. But there was a period that for almost a year, every day, Vered got a newsletter. That was called the Love Newsletter. And I told her every day all the reasons why I love her and all kinds of things. And it was every day. And I stopped it when we moved to Tenerife because I have other ways to show her that. And I'm not going to get into that right now. Every day. Life changed because we moved to the sun and we don't have a daughter. And, so things have changed. But it doesn't matter. It's also kind of getting boring, day after day after day. But But you can do that also in a relationship that you have already with clients. You can start introducing, shows or signs or symbols of care and love, and make them the center of attention. Okay, make them the center of attention. You will learn the most important thing about being a trainer, which is a leadership position. You will learn the most important thing is to put the focus on them. And I'm not going to show you how, but you're going to see it in the master presenter. Okay. Another thing is ask yourself, how do I make the most positive impact on these people? How do I make the most positive impact? Not how do I make sure that it costs me the least, time or effort or energy or I don't know what costs. But how do I make the most positive impact in their life, in the lives of their families? We do that in the foundation the same. We're looking for projects that will make the most impact. And I'm still struggling with that because we're still helping 400 kids to go to school in Laos or 1,000 girls going from getting out of slavery. It's still too small. How can we make more impact? And I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but you need to have those questions. Does that make sense? Yes. Okay, I'm going a little bit over myself, so I'm going to try to bring it back. Focus on them in a sense that you show them that they matter. They matter for you.
thank you for watching, and I hope it inspired you to take the first step on the path to falling in love with your clients. And before we say goodbye, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and most important, leave me a comment under the video. I am happy to read your thoughts, your ideas, learn from your experience, and answer any related question. Live fully, stay awesome. From Nisandeh, Neta.